Hey guys, welcome to the update on the Project 24 case study. I'm going to go ahead and cover November 2022 today. I do know it's a little bit behind. I did go through it being Thanksgiving and then it being Christmas, and then I'm pretty sure, a bout with COVID in between. So my time was a little bit crunched this month, and I just wanted to get this one out so that I can make sure everybody continues to stay aware of where I'm at. Especially with it being off season, I don't think it really matters as much because it's not like the numbers are changing vastly from month to month. But it is an interesting way to keep track of everything and to hold myself responsible to make sure everybody gets to see what 24 months actually gives you in the end. So let's jump into it. I did add another 5 posts, which brought me up to 170 so far, and it was just all response posts. I didn't build any more best pages or content. I am going to start doing that in January. Again, with it being Thanksgiving to Christmas and being sick for a week on top of it, I had way less time than I thought I was going to have. I'm happy with the results. I've been behind pretty much ever since the week before Thanksgiving, basically to keep juggling everything and make sure I keep moving forward. Overall, profit and loss, I had to outsource content this month, so it was $153 out, and with the income at only $77, I basically am $76 in the hole. So overall profit and loss on the site is still $704 in the hole, but I am moving into the part of the season where we should make some money back again. Hopefully, as you see, all of the green values up top mean I'm moving generally in that direction. As long as I can write the 5 posts myself throughout the rest of this, I should break even well before month 24 and at least be at $0. And then if I sold, I would get at least what I have listed down below. Overall, I would be up quite a bit in the end. For 2 years of work, I do have almost nothing in the hole for the build on the site. I do think once the Project 24 time period is over, I'm going to probably go outsource some content and add some real numbers to the site and see if it can grow much faster once I'm able to add a vast amount of posts into each category. We'll see how it goes once we reach that point. As you can see, basically the numbers are flat where I've sat at pretty much since the off season kicked in. I see rankings moving generally decently. With this off season, I'm generating a lot of content that isn't going to be seen until the season comes around again. So I am hoping that it will grow faster than last season. And if it could do that, I might still plausibly hit that 4,000 mark before the 24 months hits. Search Console, I basically staying right around where I was. I would like my CTR to be higher. A lot of that is just due to I have a lot of content, but I don't have a lot of content that's in the top 3. It's not going to get as many clicks. When you move off of page 1, may as well just not exist. You'll still get viewed and impressions, but your click numbers plummet like a rock. The good thing is Google hasn't moved desktop from pages to just a constant scroll now, so there is no page 2, or at least there hasn't been since I've seen the change happen. It's just a nonstop refresh, kind of like on infinite loading, infinite scroll for a blog is what they've done with the search. Maybe that'll help in the end. At least people don't have to click to get to 2. They can scroll way past where they normally would go and click to page 2. We'll see. As you can see here, top 3 is only just a bit over 25% of the posts. I mean, it's maybe 30%, right? So 30% of the posts are in the top 3. That's what's driving the CTR for the site. The top 10 is basically just over 50%. So a lot of that content isn't anywhere where it's going to get me results right now. So it's going to drag down the CTR because it's going to still get impressions, but nobody's going to go down. I mean, top 30, if you're number 29, there's almost nobody who's scrolling down 3 pages of results. So you'll get impressions, but you're not going to get as many clicks. So I expect the number to still be down. I'm hoping that as I revise this content as I've been going through and doing, more of it's moving to the top 3 and the top 10, which means hopefully I'll start to improve all of the click-through rate on the site. And then Amazon, nothing to write home about. I made almost $42. I'm really happy with the 17% conversion rate. But as you'll see, most of that comes at the end of the end of the month. So right around that Black Friday time is when a lot of orders came in. There's like a skip beforehand on like the 16th, but it all the earnings itself came in at the end. It was going to be a really sad month for earnings until that point. For ad income, I'm sitting at a roughly $12 EPMV. The content's not getting viewed much. Not a lot of people are searching for it in the middle of the winter time frame. So I had low expectations. I mean, I would hope it would be closer to $20, but it's just kind of, it is what it is at this point. I have looked and I know that ads are showing everywhere, but uh, being a high mobile percentage of views, I just think I'm catching a lot of those iPhone users who, tend to pay around that $10 to $14 um, per thousand clicks or per thousand impressions. Um, if you check inside your Ezoic reporting, if you go look and you look by device, if you see the iPhone on there with Safari, you're going to see roughly what your mobile income will be. But for this site itself, there's not a lot of good paying mobile ads at this point, and AdSense mediation does better when I have more page views, but when it's lower on page views, it's pennies on the day. So I don't have, I'm not really worried about it until we move into the season, this next season, and the end of this 24-month period, and hopefully see some of these grow dramatically. And it's just that it's an in-season versus out-of-season thing on this site. Overall, if you look at what's sold, as I said on that other page, I'm I'd be pretty happy because I'd be up uh, basically at least $9,100 and possibly almost up to 15,000 in the end, depending on if it sells at max cost or over. But all I'm trying to do here is to kind of show the Project 24 system works, and that not every site is going to be an instant hit that makes you $100 million instantaneously. But for the little bit of time and effort I've put in, I could, in less than 2 years, have put $15,000 in my own pocket, or I would hope in 6 months, even more than that, as that's a huge income for basically working about an hour to 2 hours, maybe pushing it every single day. That most people don't make $20,000 for what amounts to very low time worked overall. If you know the subject, you're talking about an hour maybe per post, in which case you're at 175 posts or 175 hours in, you'd be highly profitable if you were to be able to build those. And that would be if you got a very seasonal niche like this one. And if you're interested, please go ahead and follow. I'm always working on these kind of projects. Find the I find the whole setup technical, build and maintaining the variables much more fun. So like this is super fun because it's only so many posts, so it's easy to maintain and build and keep track of. And I'm not trying to change 700 things, so you get to see what it actually does. I don't technically think any of this crazy 2022 has actually impacted this site at all. I think more it's just a seasonal lifestyle